Hey everyone, it's Decent Eddie, and it's Monday, July 28th, 2025. It's actually Sunday. Yeah, it's the same shirt I wore Sunday. Different glasses though, but there's a reason I'm doing this. We'll get to that in just a minute. Right now, my confident moneyline picks are sitting at 79%, and I'm at 64% for all my WNBA picks this season. Sunday was another great day. I went 11-4 on all my picks. 11-3 if you didn't include the no play that I gave you. But either way, it's great, right? My goal is to help you make more informed choices. My data set focuses on moneyline picks, and my analysis can be useful for spread and over-under bets. Always remember to check matchup and injury news at least 20 to 30 minutes before tip-off, before you finalize your picks. Hey, I would love it if you would, give me a like, give me a follow, leave a comment, hit the bell. This WNBA stuff, I do it for free, and I'd really appreciate it. Before we get into Monday's games, full disclosure time, friends. I'm starting a new gig tomorrow. I had a gig, then I didn't have a gig. Now I've got a new gig. The time requirements for this new gig over the next several weeks are going to be fairly intense. So for a while at least, I'll be making these videos the night before and then publishing on the day of. That means absolutely check news for injuries, people coming back the day of, a few minutes before, an hour before you put any real money on any of these games, okay? Injuries, even to just one player, it makes a gigantic difference with WNBA. Honestly, I've never seen it like this before. All right, that's out of the way. Let's get into Monday's games. Storm versus Sun. Storm get a decent Eddie confident pick with a 3.697 differential that equates to a 74% win probability head-to-head. The market has a little bit more certainty, setting the Storm as 12-point favorites and are implying an 89% win probability head-to-head in this game. The over-under is set at 158.5 points right now. That's going to change by tomorrow. The Storm enters this game on a high note, coming off a dominant win over Chicago. They're a pretty balanced team. They do some things great. They do some things not as great. They're not awful. They're not amazing. They're just a good, solid team. In contrast, the Sun holds a 3-20 record. But, man, I got to tell you, they've been improving. They've recently welcomed Marina Mabrey back. Their overall performance is improving, but they still have some ways to go if they're going to do anything in this last half of the season. It is likely that this outing against the Storm is going to be a great test for them. Given the significant disparity in the team's form and statistical rankings here, the Storm are heavily favored, and I get it by the books. However, there's an important trend to be aware of. The Suns is surprisingly good against the spread. They are 10-8 when they're underdogs by more than 5.5 points. This suggests they often play above expectations in these kinds of games, making the 12-point spread, which is big anyway, kind of a precarious cover for Seattle. While the Storm's defensive strengths are undeniable, the Suns' historical ability to keep games closer than expected as big underdogs adds significant pause to me. Considering this compelling against the spread trend for the Suns overperforming, I'm kind of leaning towards the Sun at 12 points against the spread. For the total of 158.5, consider the contrasting styles here. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. I could be wrong. I might be wrong, but that's just kind of what I see. Therefore, I'm going to go towards the under at 158.5 points. For the money line, my data says Storm head-to-head. The books say Storm. I got to go with Storm on the money line, and it is a confident pick. Liberty versus Wings wraps up the day. Liberty get a decent Eddie confident pick with a 5.802 differential. That translates to an 87% chance to win by my data. The market has the Liberty as 7.5-point favorites and are implying a 78% chance to win for the Liberty. The over-under is 169.5 points. The Liberty are an outstanding team, no denying it, and there's only 2 categories in my data set where they're not in the top half of my data set. Dallas seems to still kind of be figuring things out. Crucially for the Wings is Paige Bucher's status for this game. You're going to want to check that injury report before tip-off. She might be back, but that's going to be a thing that they decide probably closer to game time, honestly. Really do check that if you're going to put money on this game. Given the Liberty's dominant offensive power or superior records against struggling teams like the Wings and their defense, and the defense maybe not having their top player in, I'm going to go with the New York Liberty at 7.5 against the spread. For the total of 169.5 points, both teams do favor a faster pace, so that means more opportunities to score, even without one team having their star player. She's been gone off and on for a while. They still scored points. I'm leaning on the over 169.5. For the money line, both my data and the market data favors the Liberty on the money line. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Okay, guys, that's all. Quick recap. We only have 2 games and they're both confident money line picks. Storm and Liberty. No suboptimal money line picks. No dangerous money line picks. Parlay time. For parlays, you know I like to include confident picks and parlays, right? On the money line, we've got a couple here. You've got Liberty and you got the Storm. Liberty has a probably stronger chance to win in their game. So in a 2-leg parlay with another wager between -400 and -450, if you stick Liberty into that, your win probability should be around 71%. If you had a third leg in that same odds range, -400, -450, your win probability drops to 57%, still over 50%. I will always endorse up to a 3-leg parlay with legs in between -400 and -450 odds. If you do that, your probability stays above 50%. Regardless of what you choose, I never recommend more than a 3-leg parlay due to the risks of combined probabilities. Never spend more than 10% of your bankroll in total across all your wagers in a day. Never chase losses. And if you need help with a gambling problem, check my channel's description. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, if you found this video helpful at all, hit like, leave a comment, subscribe, tap the bell, get my picks before tip-off on the days of the games. I do the WNBA for free, and I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on Decent Eddie Picks on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, X, Decent Eddie Picks, spelled P-I-X. I'm on TikTok. I'm not really doing a lot there. We're kind of winding down my involvement with WNBA, getting set up for NFL, which is my bread and butter. But for now, this is Decent Eddie signing off. Have an awesome day.